Excellence, Madame la
Excellencies, Madam Secretary General of UNCTAD, Excellency, the representative of the Swiss Confederation, Excellency, the Secretary General of the United Nations, distinguished heads of state and government, guests. It is a pleasure for me to participate on behalf of the Union of the Comoros at the commemoration of the 60th anniversary of the UN Trade and Development. I would like to extend my thanks to the Swiss government for the kind reception and their efforts to ensure that our participation here is at a positive step. We welcome the government for its generous hospitality and welcome to this beautiful country. My thanks also go to the United Nations organization, whose Secretary General is present amongst us. In particular, I would like to thank the Secretary General of UNCTAD, who bestowed the honor on me of inviting me to this eminent assembly. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to commend the contribution that UNCTAD brings to the countries of the South, as its leaders have expressed. We are currently engaged in a transformation in order to provide for harmonious integration into the global economic community. After the major wave of decolonization at the beginning of the 1960s in Africa, UNCTAD, the establishment of UNCTAD was a historic event to the extent to which UNCTAD operated towards the cohesion of the countries of the South to achieve one of their major aims, that is to say, rebalanced global trade. And today we can state unwaveringly that UNCTAD's contributions have been positive. And I'm thinking now of the General Agreement on Trade and Tariffs, and also the establishment of a joint fund for commodities and the establishment of a minimum harmonized tariff for countries of the South. Thanks to UNCTAD, the GSP was granted to developing countries in their international trade, and the countries of the South were able to see the concrete implementation of multilateral policies which were profoundly innovating. We were able to obtain precious support from UNCTAD in our aims, and my country is deeply attached to the goals that were expressed, and we are deeply marked by the dynamism of this cooperation. And I recognize the journey that has led our insular countries to a specific category within the international community. The international community recognizes thus the specificity of countries that are united by their islands, their geographic situation, and the small size of their country, their cooperation, and in the surface of their territories, the surface area of their territories. These countries, of which the Comoros is one, are very much exposed to climate events, to environmental changes, to the raising of the sea, the rise of the sea waters, and we depend to a large extent on international trade and imports. And I can say without hesitation that the fact that we achieved such results is thanks to UNCTAD as well. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me now say a few words about the cooperation between the Comoros and UNCTAD. With the Ministry for Customs and Trade, UNCTAD has established a system Asikuda Plus, and an electronic single window. UNCTAD has also brought technical support to the Ministry of Trade and throughout our accession process to the World Trade Organization. We are certainly grateful for this technical assistance, but we also believe that we can do more together. And it is with this in mind that we would like to extend this cooperation to various priority areas. Our country needs support in order to allow it to take advantage of coming out of its status as one of the least developed countries following the graduation and the reclassification by the World Bank some years ago in order to achieve an emerging Union of the Comoros. We also need assistance with the implementation of the National Plan of Action and a global roadmap for an advantageous integration of the Comoros within the trade system and the integration of the Comorian economy into the world economy. It's the extension of its exports and the reduction of its imports. But allow me to take this opportunity to pay tribute to the People's Republic of China, which has made a concrete contribution to UNCTAD to assist with the implementation of the Sustainable Development Program, and we welcome this great partnership, which continuously provides us with assistance in trade and development for African countries, and specifically my country. Countries in development still need to face the aftermath of the COVID pandemic, and we are facing wars and climate change. And it is in this context that this sincere and robust cooperation exists between UNCTAD and the countries of the South, and it is called upon to further be extended and diversified. 60 years of cooperation which bind us have brought us inspiration to allow us to move towards an even more promising future of shared prosperity. Many opportunities are given us with the African continent, which is undergoing change. There are regional integrations which are confirming themselves. There are transformations, and there's the recent accession of the African Union to international organizations. We are establishing better policies which might better enable us to face the challenges which remain against sustainable development and the integration of the countries of the South and Africa in particular in the global economy. Thank you.